It's a black market. Wanted to do a review of a trade I had today. Today's January 7th, 2022, so it was the end of the week. Hopefully, you had a good trading week and you made some pretty good money this week. And you stuck to your game plan when it comes to trading. Wanted to review a trade I had for C uh, today and just kind of go in detail a bit on my thought process going into the trade execution, um, profit target, and profit margin or profit percentage, all that stuff. So starting out, you can see, get this out the way. Um, you really, whenever you're trading with anything, just like I always talk about the market and I go to sector and we talk about the individual stock, same thing here. Um, so we're looking at the market. So you can see today, everything was weak. The futures opened underneath the 21. The Qs opened underneath there, YM, and the VIX opened above the 21. So the market looked really weak going into the day. SPY and Q are weak. I talked about the Qs make the bounce off that 379 level. Um, they they actually opened above the level, but you can see they were weak today. So not the greatest market to to trade in, not unless you're trading puts. Um, so it just depends on your market sentiment. So anyways, first thing I looked at the market, I knew I had a bias of the market actually being weak, so I was looking to trade puts. But um, going into the day, I took a look at the sectors, and you can see here. So we've got the semiconductor sector was super weak. Um, the tech sector was super weak. Healthcare was super weak. Communications was weak. Consumer discretionary is weak. And then the financials. If you look at the financials, you can see the financials are strong. So this is a clear case of sector rotation, right? We were taking money out of these top sectors, and that money was rotating into the financial sector, the energy sector, some consumer staples, um, and a bit of the utilities and the industrial sector. But for the most part, these sectors I have up top here are your largest percentage sectors in the S&P. So I like to trade stocks out of those sectors. So XLF, money was rotating to XLF. So my next step is what I did is I went in and looked. I'm like, okay, what stocks are squeezing that's in the financial sector? And I had a handful of stocks that was squeezing in the financial sector. One of those stocks was C. Um, so I went into Citigroup, and you can see here, Citigroup was in a squeeze on the 5 minute chart, and it showed some bullish signals coming out of that squeeze going into the market. So essentially, my entry was right at the break of 65.59, and if I scroll out a bit and go over, you can see this was pre-market high. So I wanted to break of that pre-market high, and then my exit or my take profit target was $66. And how I got that was essentially at this line here around 66.30. I wanted to take profit a bit before that because round numbers or even numbers are essentially kind of like a psychological level. So you'll usually see either a channel or you'll see profit taking being taken at those levels. So I like to sell slightly before those at times. Um, but you can see if I do go to C, and I'll just make this chart bigger just so I can show you a little bit more detail how I got that level. And this is the daily level, so you can see that's why my line is drawn yellow. So you can see here we had a gap. This was kind of your height of that gap around that 66.29 level, um, or between like 66.08. So if I was to draw a line there, if I zoom out on that line and I'll just kind of capture all this. You can see that level, right? There's a lot of price action taking account right at that level, that 66.30-ish, 66.04 level in between there. So that's why I had to take profit level or profit target level of 66 for C. So this is kind of the details on what I was looking for. I can see the red dots, meaning it was squeezing. And then here's my pre-market high. I wanted to take a break off that pre-market high and then take it, and then take profit at the $66 level. So now, if we break that down a little bit more, so now you can see this is how I set my chart up in the morning. This is kind of my 5-minute setup. I like to trade 5-minute and 15-minute squeezes. But you can see here, XLF, the sector itself was in a squeeze coming into the day, which is good, right? Because money was rotating in the XLF. If you look at the VIX, sorry about that. If you look at the VIX was showing some weakness, which is another good sign if you're wanting to buy calls in this case. Now, the SPY and Q, they were kind of back and forth, right? They weren't super strong or super weak right away. Still trying to figure out market direction. And then you always want to have a sister stock up or a buddy stock up that's in that sector, because essentially how that stock trades can kind of help navigate how the stock that you're trading is probably going to trade, right? If the whole sector is trading and if stocks within that same sector is trading positive or negative, it can definitely affect how your specific stock's going to trade coming out of the squeeze. And you can see here, Bank of America was in a squeeze as well, and it actually had a little nice breakout from its squeeze as well. But so what I did is I was looking at XLF. XLF looked strong. We had definitely kind of some pin bar action here right at the mid Bollinger Band on the 5-minute chart for XLF. So it showed some strength, and it was still in the squeeze as it was slowly breaking out. And then you can see here, it broke out of the pre-market high. Citi did, and I took profit about right around here, around that $66 range, for about a 14% gain in about 5 minutes. So not a not 100%, not a 1,000% return, but depending on your account size, 14% could be a little hefty profit in a matter of 5 minutes. So, anyways, that's a quick breakdown of Citi. Please like and subscribe. If you got any comments, let me know, and I'll get back with you as soon as I can. With that being said, like I said, hopefully you had a good trading week. Study up over the weekend. These next 2 days are definitely going to be some good days to get caught up on the markets and studying. It's going to be an interesting week next week with the SPY and the Q and the overall market showing some signs of weakness. So, all right.